that there, put that there. I'm going at super speed at this present moment. Get rid of this. Remove that. 1,000 taps because you love you. Thank you so much, man. Can't see you on the tube. Yeah, I'm getting it. You should see me there now. You should see me there now. No, that's not what I want. Why are you not? Why are you being difficult, mister? Let's try and get the thing. I'm trying to get the chat going. I don't know why the chat's not going now. Honestly, I'm so on a different planet. Can you guys see me on X? Is there anything going on? Man, always another problem, eh? It's just stop, all right? You don't understand. You don't get it. You don't get it, all right? All right, this should work now. Yeah, there we go. There we go. You have no idea. I have to collate 100 chats into one. Hey, oh, I understand perfectly. Thank you so much. Yeah, it's not easy, man. There's so much stuff that I need to do to get to a point where I can actually see what I'm talking about. That makes sense. I don't know. Does that make sense? I think that makes sense. One second. Let me just do this, and I'll be veg you guys. All right. Okay, there we go. All right. Quite a bit of stuff to go through, but I'm going to be quite concise with all of this. Put that there. Put that there. All right. I don't get why you guys don't also join the group on X. Honestly, it's free, innit, brev? Everything's free, but everyone's like, nah. Why would I join if it's free, brev? I don't like free, brev. All right, this should work. Is there? Can someone type on the X, please? Anyone? Hello, Lulu TX. I'm in the alpha group. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Why, mister? All right, let's try this again. All right, this should work now. Cool. It didn't work. I like it when it doesn't work. All I want is for it to work once. Just like, oh, it worked. Okay. Boom. All right. Let's go. All right. A lot of things to go. We'll go through the whole process and see what's going on, what's happening, and everything else on that level. Right. Now, with I love these moments. Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate it. But around next year, Lambo order cancelled. You should never cancel a Lambo. Sorry, I'm in full comfort gear today because I've got so much to do tomorrow. It's just out of the 2 days of crazy. I'm doing a talk and stuff tomorrow. It's unbelievable. Right. Now, with Bitcoin, where we're sitting, what's happening right now is that we are in a very interesting zone. We seem to have found a somewhat bottom, right? But there are some good, there's some bad, there's some slightly worrying, there's some very worrying, and there's also Donald Trump tweet, right? Which will counteract everything I'm going to say right now, because it could be at any second this thing could sort itself out, right? And this is the thing that I want everyone to really understand, especially 1 second. Where are we right now? What's I going to do? Okay. So that's that situation where we were going on before. So now Bitcoin has come and didn't wipe out this bottom wick that I was talking about for a long time, right? If we had started breaking that, we would be in very difficult situations. But what we've seen, especially when you go into the lower time frames, it held this 104,476 perfectly. Little bit of a deviation, but it held it perfectly. And I said, look, this is a unbelievably important zone, because here is where it stands as in essence, SR flip, the actual strength of this market. Now, would I say that we're in a super strong situation? we're still not there yet, right? Because there are a few things that can happen, a few directions that we can go in this, and I'm just gonna lay it out all, right? It's gonna be lay out all to bear. You're gonna see everything. You're gonna understand why I'm married, and you're gonna understand why everyone is some anyway, whatever, right? So there's that situation where we are now. What we have seen is a beautiful break of a key resistance point, which is the 109,655. I said that also. Again, anyone who wants to go into the pro group, you just have to sign up to a Mexi and you're in. Like, I don't get why there's like, what, 500 people here. There should be 500 people in there. It's, how can I say? I can't say that word, but it starts with an F and ends with the E. It's a fee, and there's a R there as well. So it's a free. You know what I mean? Can you? Who can complete that sentence? I don't know who can complete that sentence because it's very simple. It's super duper simple. If you go to the to the comments below on here, you can go there. You can do it, add it, and I'll let you in. All right. I don't let me add a new account, or I would. Well, you okay? Fair enough. I mean, yeah, that's true. Now that's that situation that where we are, what's going on that level. Now, what we have seen is that we've seen a beautiful break of the key level of resistance, which is 109,655. There, we're coming into a critical point here, right? Critical. We've come back, and it looks like we have confirmed the resistance turning into support. So an SR flip. But would I say this is strong? You know what I mean? We're not talking about a full-blown V-shaped recovery, right? We're seeing a small laddering up, and that shows somewhat weakness or cautious behavior. More importantly, we haven't broken a key area here, which is this 111,408, right? This level here, I would have loved for it to reclaim that and sat above there, but we are looking pretty good right now for further continuation in this market, especially if this holds, especially if we hold above the 55-day EMA, especially on the 4-hour. I believe that this is going to be further continuation. Now, there is a lot of work to do with the bulls, and there's some issues that we need to play around with, especially the well that showed Bitcoin twice before it dropped, it just entered in another $1 million plus short. Yeah, well, good, right? I mean, because there's a lot of work to do here, a lot, right? And we'll see what happens, and I'm gonna get through to all the things that I'm seeing in the market, and I just like to lay it out straight. I believe. And this is my belief. I said it on Friday, and it somewhat came true to what I was talking about, right? I believe that we are in a very precarious situation. And if what I am going to outline comes to fruition, right? If everything that I outline comes and it looks like we're going to be going in the right direction, we're seeing a break of structure, we could be on for a quite an aggressive run. But where that run shows lower level break of structure is going to be everything. Literally everything. Either it will be the massive runoff and blow off top, or we will produce something that could be a seller's pump, right? And I'll explain what that means in a second. That's the situation where we're talking about. That's where we're going. What's going on? Fatgat's going up. What are you talking about? We've gained like 15% in the past week when everything was red. Come on, let's just in that sense, right? Now that's that situation where we are. That's what we need to understand. What we need to hold this level here. Few more things that I want to explain, right? If we look at some key factors here, if we look at the liquidation maps as we're talking about, there's more money up than down, right? So I would expect there to be a grab of that liquidity as we're going in. And the thing is, the liquidity is sitting at a very, very key junction point. And I'm going to get to that junction point in a second if you guys wait patiently. Now, what's going on at this present moment is also, I want to explain this, so just get my head together, is that if we look at this graph that we've shown many times, that is an absolute perfect rejection of the 50% level. I said about the 50% level many times. Now, what this does is going to be key. And to be honest, what this does, which I believe that either we will see something like this. There's two scenarios, right? Either we'll come and we'll see a small rejection and then get into this zone here, right? This zone is where I'm super interested about what's happening. If it gets into there, we might get short-term bearishness, which could be this pullback into this zone, potentially testing this 21-day EMA again, or we could see this hold. Where are we going right now? We could see this hold. We could see this hold, and then it can rally up to this point. What happens here will dictate whether if the bull run is over or not. Genuinely. I mean, this is the best way for me to describe it, and I want everyone to really understand this fact, right? If you want to see what zone it is, random, there is this. I call it the Sherlock Holmes test, and this is the thing. That's what I'm trying to say, right? Sherlock Holmes test. If you look carefully, and I'll make it really easy. There is something on the screen. All right, there's something on the screen that may give you an indication. It's sometimes hard to see. It's not easy to see. You have to really look sometimes, and that type of test. I don't know if you guys are old enough, but when you would bring this paper really close to your face and you would cross your eyes, and then you would see this 3D image happening. If you get really close to your phone and do that, you might be able to see where you might be able to see where the levels I'm talking about. Right, that's all I'm gonna say. Cool. Right, I don't know if you've done it. Try it. Let's see what happens. I can tell by the hearts going on the screen that some people are hitting their nose on the screen, and I'm getting some likes. It'd be nice if we could go a bit more, but that's the situation where we're going to do. Right, there we go. Now, what happens here is going to be everything, and this is the situation where we're going from. If we break through, we're in massive rally, alt season, the whole shebang, right? If we reject, then I would say we will be in for a much larger rejection, right? I would suspect Bitcoin hitting much lower levels. I would not be surprised if it doesn't test these lower levels of the band, right? So where we've seen it here once, where we've seen it twice, and all that type of thing. I think Bitcoin could see a possible 15-20% move, which will absolutely knock out all alts. If that happens, I'm just giving you the whole process. I'm not going to be here for 2 days, so I want to give you all the information and if, buts, and maybes and all that kind of stuff, right? So that's the situation I'm talking about. So that's really key to see what happens there. It's very important. Please make sure you have this on your graph and you can understand and play in that zone. Oh God, the quality of these keys are amazing. Hi guys, how are Alfred? Sorry, what I missed? What's the title problem? I'm getting into. You can watch it again. It's all recorded and everything like that. I'm gonna get to the one problem the one thing that worries me the most. I'm gonna show you. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna get there. Right. So this is the situation. What's going on? But I will say this. Right. This looks bullish. This looks like we're going to have a rally. Right. It looks like we're going to have a rally. Few further issues. The weekly didn't close well, right? It didn't close well. I don't like where it is sitting. That looks like it's sitting at a perfect rejection of the Alvarez and Carver. Okay, thank you so much. Is rejecting of the 21-day EMA. We'll see, right? We are at a very precarious situation. This could be a bullfrog. Yeah, okay, but that's what the thing. There's a resistance zone here, right? Full blown resistance zone here. If it breaks this, it's 200,000 Bitcoin. If it doesn't, it's not. It's going to it's going to pull back very hard, like very hard. I'm telling you now. Remember the. Oh my. I don't get it. I don't get it. Who is this person? Whatever. Right. There you go. That's that situation right now. there's one thing I will add to. There's the one big caveat at the end of all this, which I'm going to lay down. All right. I'm going to lay the law. Right. We saw pairs instead of graphs. We saw pairs instead. Are we toast? Are we going to be what? We have to say what? What? I know it's good. Hello, midday. How you doing, man? I feel like I can't see your profile picture, but I can see that smile, and I bet you're in like some sort of sales or something because I would buy from you. I would buy. La man, what are you doing, bro? I'm tired of the UK. Why, man? Man, why don't you come to the anyway? Whatever. Why don't you come to whatever? It's fine. To the crypto conference. There's some really cool after events. I'll take you to all of them. Is the video you posted yesterday about an altcoin bottom based on open interest? I'm gonna get to that. I'm gonna get to that. Let me get to it. I know everyone wants me to get on with it, but I need to go through this because hey, sir, how you doing? Right? I'm just gonna get to that because if I don't go through all this, then you guys are gonna be like, oh no, but this happened, and I'll be like, look, but I showed you, Brev. I showed you, right? Because I'm away for 2 days. I'm at the conference and all that kind of stuff. I might be I might be in the Rolls Royce for a bit. Just what I'm gonna say. It's gonna be something, right? All right, just asking. No, I'm messing around, right? Breath. It's breath. It works in so many times. It's breath as of like, come on. It's breath as in like, oh, come on, man. Or it's like, I'm out of breath. It's brilliant. It works on every level. So that's that situation. That's where we are, right? The weekly didn't close great. I'm not gonna lie, that ain't great, right? But that doesn't mean too much, right? We're at that real pivot level, so it's either yay or nay. Alvarez likes to be thorough, be patient. Yeah, I like to be thorough. I like to go through. Now, one more thing that I don't particularly like. Good evening, hello, Philip. Is that no, it's the wrong time scale. That there is a bit of a CME gap between the 107. Yeah, around the 107 level, which could mean that there is one more test of this area, and then we can really. Have you been to the Bahamas? No. I've been to what was that place called? It's also an island. It's amazing. I can't remember. I can't remember the name. Yeah. So that's why it could be the time. One last dip, and where it's sitting, it's trying to break a structure right now, right? It's trying to break structure, so it looks okay. But as I said, this gap here ain't great because of the difference between how it closed on Friday and how it moved on the weekend, and those weekend volume can be a bit of a so what, right? One thing I will also want to explain to you guys, so you guys can understand, one area of slight issue that I'm having is this, right? The daily exchange volume is weird right now, and we need this. We need this to start turning over quick. And this is what I'm trying to say to is like why I call it a seller's pump, right? If this is turning over, if exchange volume is turning over, but we are pumping, it means that we're pumping into a sell, right? And that's why I say where this ends up is extremely important. And I mean, like, I mean, extremely important. I'm going to give you, like, 1 second. Where are we right now? Where did we just go? Where did we just go? Sorry, I just... where did we just go? I just had my notes here. Where did it disappear to? Sorry, 1 second. Yeah, where this gets to is going to be extremely important, right? if we pump all the way up to around the 126 or even towards the 117 area and reject, this is where my problem lies, right? We need that exchange volume to start changing direction very, very quickly, because if this starts to actually produce, and it's a bit weird to say this, but like an SR flip where this is now the bottom of it and we start to gain an increase in that volume, then this pump is a good sign. It means that we're going in a really, really good direction, and we could see this thing really, really rallying. And I mean really rallying, right? You need to understand this, right? I want everyone to really, really understand this fact, and I want it to be very clear in people's minds. Just because we're in this difficult scenario, especially with what Donald Trump has done, right? Especially when we're in this scenario, if we can reclaim above the 115, let's say 116, right, to be clean, if we can flip the 116, then we're in a very, very good position. And if exchange volume is going up, we're in a very, very good position, because we need a lot of that to happen to be able to break up to the next level. But I will say this, I believe that this last move that we have is going to be possibly the last real hurrah. And when I say last real hurrah, I'm going to get to what everyone wants to really understand, and that alt aspect of what I've been talking about in that video I made that no one watched. There was like 800 people that watched it. It's depressing how you guys cannot even do that. Time frame, December, right? You guys need to watch my videos, man. It's only like, sometimes on a day, I do videos daily, right? It's a daily occurrence. So every day, if you don't see a video by me, there's the popo. They can never find me, ever. They try. It's been months. It's been a year. They're never gonna find me. Sky bunker vibes. You know what I mean? What was I talking about? Yeah. So I do daily. So just go to my account and just search it and trying to see what I do. It's really important. Your videos never show up for me, and I set alerts. Yeah, it's TikTok's new thing, right? That's the situation, right? It's TikTok's new thing, and that's why we see where it goes. All right, now if we can reclaim that 116 level, then we're in a very good position. Volume's going up, everything's going well, and we could see this coming into this zone around here, right? Possibly around this level, yeah, 158 level. If we can break this. I watched it and commented and shared it with my wife, boyfriend, cousin in Jerusalem. There's a lot to unpack in that sentence, Redemption. So December might be the end of the run, not until Q1. Philip, hear what I'm saying. I'm giving you scenarios here. If we get up to this point up here, and what happens here will be will dictate whether we do it ends in December, or we get an elongated 2017 type of crazy 1.5 year nuts run. I'm leaning towards that. Than anything else, because there are a lot of uncertainties that could all of a sudden become certainties, and that could change the game like nothing you'll ever see. I'm telling you, if those uncertainties all come together and we all get into a point where all of them clear all of a sudden, just hold on. It will be just hold on. What do you think of Tao? Tao's doing amazing, right? We can get to that. Oh yeah, it's Diwali today. Is it Diwali? No, it's Diwali. Yeah, Diwali today. Happy Diwali to everyone who's... Is it Indian? Indian. If I said that wrong, I apologize. Is it Indian? Is Diwali Indian? I'm not too sure. I apologize if I've made... yes, it is Indian. Okay, good. Happy Diwali to everyone. So that's that situation where we are... I don't know, man. I don't know. I try not to be rude to people. Diwali's fun, right? It's a lot of fun. Although if you're in England, you buy one, you buy one, you get 15 free. I don't know how that works. I don't know how the economic model of that works, but whatever. I don't know. Every shop is like buy one get 15 free. And now I got it missing again. Yeah, that's the situation. I'm just giving all the scenarios of where everything's going on now. All right. That's the situation. That's where we're going. What was I talking about? Yeah, so there's a CME gap. There's that the certain levels that need to be gained for this to really start to gain some ground. If, as I said, we see a bit more of a dip to garner that CME gap, then that could bring it into the perfect scenario. So let me just here, right? If we can get into that, if we get into that zone there, and then we start to rally from that moment, it's going to be very strong, right? Where's the Chippy t-shirt? I just felt I'd go comfortable today, right? Could go comfortable today. It's 100% cotton. It's like heavyweight. It's 190 GSM. Anyway, whatever. So that's that situation where we go. We'll see what happens. Now, another thing that's really important. There's a lot of important things I'm trying to explain to you today, so I can get through the whole process, so we can all understand what's happening in it, Brev. Right? The key thing that I will say, and this is really important for everyone to understand. Let me just move this out of the way 1 second. I'm trying to get all this stuff done. Right? Important to say is that the S&P 500, it needs to, like it needs to regain that level. If it can regain that level, if we can get to a point where it produces an all-time high, then the whole market is going to rally, right? There will be a rally in this market. I promise you that, right? But what happens, as I said before, where this rallies to is going to be and this is the thing. That's why I'm saying for everyone, and I mean everyone that is here, right? What did the t-shirt say again? I loved it, man. Chippy tea, like it's a fish and chips, and it's chippy tea, like chat chippy tea. That's why everyone here is that if you guys, I'm going to be putting all of this. I'm going to be very active in the pro group, and all my other guys have told them to be very active. And if I see a moment where we're rallying, and I think we're going to start rallying from this point on. If I see a moment where we see rallying and we see coming up to these higher levels, right, and we see a lower time frame break of structure, I will be putting it into that. And I'm just saying it to everyone here. It is rare. All you need to do is go to Mexi, do the normal from the link that I have, send me the UID, and you will be in there. That's it. That's all you need to do. You have to put some, and I'll tell you the other thing. You need to put, I can't say that word because it doesn't allow me to say it on TikTok, but you need to, how do I say that without saying it? But you know what I mean. You need to use it. Yeah, you need to use it and then tell me that you've used it. Anyway, just go to Learn by Alvarez and explain it there, right? That's that situation. I'm going to be, and if I see that at these levels here, I will be telling everyone in that group. But if I don't see it, and we see this break of this structure, and we see this being broken, because it's going to be the, 1, 2, 3, 4, fifth attempt to break this trend line. If we break that, it is going to go crazy. I want everyone to understand the algorithmic buying will go out of this world, and it will hopefully create a turn in the MACD as well. It will go. I'm telling you, it will go crazy. The whole market will. You will see the D green everywhere, right? You know what I'm talking about. Right? That's what I'm trying to say to you there. Now, okay, let's get to the next stage. Again, S&P 500 has to break that all-time high. It's very important that it does. I'm sensing it's going to, right? No more closing of longs then. I can't say that to you. I'm not allowed to, especially on the live, right? But we got in at ETH at a amazing time. Like, perfect. Sorry, I'm late to class. Don't worry, it's all recorded. If you go to this or this or this. Anyway, if you guys can press the like, share, also on the tube, I have super chats now, which is a momentous occasion. Thank you so much. I'm feeling like people are making that. I love my ETH long. Yeah, I was like, this looks like we're gonna be going, and I anyway, whatever. So I got the super chat as well on YouTube, which is a nice occasion that makes me feel good. It'd be nice if no one uses it. Literally no one uses it. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Right. But again, look, it's just it needs to just regain that level. We'll see what happens. Again, we'll see what situation happens on that thing. Now, if we go, can we see go to the level your bank friends? Yeah, it's surprising how close. It's surprising how close. I mean, I used to have, bank told me here. I don't know why it's gone. I don't know why it's going from there, right? What? I don't. Okay. Guys, press the like button. Why don't you appreciate the work that? Thank you so much. Appreciate. You don't have to. You don't have to appreciate it at all or anything like that. I mean, you don't have to use anything or do anything at all. No problem. You don't need to share anything like that or do the basic stuff. Sarcasm is my highest form of intelligence. What are you talking about? Anyway, there we go. So that's that thing. We'll see. We'll see if this breaks through. If this breaks through, that's gonna be real good. Now, if we look at USDT dominance, uh, two very very important rejections have happened on this, right? Which is great. All right, it's great. The 5.24 perfect rejection. The 5.5 perfect rejection, and now we're having a rejection of the 5.01. We need this to start moving. Like, brev, move, right? This has to start moving in a nice positive direction. The 4.61 is extremely important, really really key, especially as it comes in at that perfect level of the 200-day EMA. That needs to break. Like it just needs to break. I don't want this to be occasion where it's like this here. We see a bit of chop, and then this we start getting the whole full move in that direction in this market, right? I will say this. This is by far officially one of the most annoying runs in history. And I'm going to say it, and I don't want people to get angry at this. Please don't get angry at this, right? I'm going to say it. But it's 99% because of Trump, right? I don't want to say it. I love the guy. He makes me happy. He's great for content. It's like my business is what it is, right? But I am going to say it, all right? I don't. I just want it to be clear that is. I'm really really angry. Right? I'm just making some people. I don't want to angry people. He's amazing. He's making America great again. Somehow, right? He's doing all the good things. But for investing in stocks and things like that, it's a bit problematic, right? That's my problem. That's my issue, right? That's what was going on. That's what the main issue is. But I'm going to say something at the end of this stream so everyone can understand what's going on. So that's that situation. We need this to start moving now. And we need that break of the 4.61, so the break of structure to happen, especially on the lower time frames. We're almost there. It's looking good, right? It's looking good. The tackle, I will just stop, right? It's looking good, especially we've broken the prior low, which could be an indication. If we reject, which it looks like we're rejecting off the underline of the 21-day, this looks like it's going to be a further continuation down. It's at least from here to all the way down to the 4.61 level, which could show some real strength in Bitcoin, and that's why I'm leaning towards this thing rallying. Leaning towards that. Everything is a percent, a statistical chance in this. I'm just giving you my idea. Please don't listen to what I'm talking about. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm a person in a sky bunker, right? Is there any some sort of SEC meeting about crypto this week? Heard it somewhere. Yeah, but all that is noise in my opinion at this present moment, right? There is one thing, and there is one thing and one thing only that will change this market and everything I say into oblivion, right? That's where we are. Now, if we look at Bitcoin dominance, it's having a nice little move up. I want this to move up. I want Bitcoin to get to the next level. I need it to get to the next level. And I would say 61 is a real possibility that this thing can reject off. The 61% level, right? It's really, really important. I'm going to get to, you give sing. Yeah, I do. Again, it's really easy. Sign up to, I don't want to say too much. TikTok doesn't like me saying about it, but just if you go to one of these, at the end of this, I will end TikTok and I will explain to you what you need to do, right? That's where we are, and that's what's going on in this situation. So around the 61, I think it will be an area where we could see a rejection. Yeah, around the 61. Around the 61. Yeah, around the 61 I'm expecting, especially if we look. I swear to you, I did that live. I swear to you, right? Like, I swear to you, I did that live. Around the 61 is where I'm thinking. I swear to you, right? That was a on the nose number that I picked. On the nose. On the nose, right? So around the 61 thing, percent on Bitcoin dominance is where I expect this thing to reject. And hopefully we'll start seeing some positive movement in alts and everything else on that level, right? Now, if we look at the dollar, I don't particularly like. Good evening, top 2K. I don't particularly like that it's holding support here, but I will say this, right? On the lower time frame, it is a clear break of structure right now. And I expect this thing to start to break down. That will be good for a lot of things in a lot of markets. We look at gold. Gold is doing its thing again. Let's see what happens when it reaches its previous all-time high. Let's see if it can break past it. It is just gold at this present moment, right? I had a talk with a hedge fund manager the other day as well, and they said that look, what's going on at this present moment is not only are central banks buying it, but also people are speculating. A whole bunch of things are going on at this present moment. That's what's happening. But they believe that there will be a moment where this thing settles. It's not about the rolling over as much. It's more about the finding the. Is there a minute silence for something, or X is stopped? What? What? Has X stopped? What? Is everything okay? No, you're good. No, you said someone said that the X is stopped. Everything's good here. All right. All right. Okay. Cool. All right. All right. Okay. Cool. No, X is working. Okay. Fantastic. Right now, that's what we'll see. Where it looks like it's going to, as long as it's as gold hugs the 21-day EMA, that means that the trend is strong and it's going to be going in that direction. If we see a rejection at that point and we see that break of the 21-day EMA finally, then we will see a very, very aggressive liquidity injection into all alts and everything else on that level. Brev, don't let Trump do a press conference while you're live. Why? Is he doing a press conference? Can you guys hear? Can you guys hear that I'm in a zone that I can't talk about, right? So let's see what happens here. It looks like this is gonna. It looks like there's further continuation. Let's see how the reaction of this. If it rejects here, then we are going to be in a very, very interesting scenario. A super duper interesting scenario, which could mean they further pull back into the $4,000 region for gold. That would be massive. That would be absolutely enormous in the thing. But at this present moment, I see no real reason why, especially as the dollar is sitting at a very precarious situation right now. Right, the dollar is not in a great scenario. But I will say this. I will say this to everyone. Anyone who believes the dollar's superiority is under threat, I don't understand. The only thing that can threaten the dollar, and I mean this in the best possible way, is Web3. I can't say that word, right? I can't say that the word because TikTok doesn't like me to say it. It's the only thing that can actually threaten it. Other than that, I don't care what anyone says, right? There is nothing out there that has the same strength and the security as the dollar. Nothing. If someone says brick country to me, I might end this stream because that is the most ridiculous thing. Anyone that believes that Putin and Xi Jinping and South America are all gonna get along to withstand and hold the stability of a singular currency is ridiculous, right? Is ridiculous. Just making sure that everyone understands that it is the whole pad. All right, dollar will still lead the rest of the country. Yeah, easily. I have no unless something. And as I said, the only thing that can threaten it is cryptocurrency, and I want everyone to really understand that. All right, I said it. Did I say it too loud? Oh no, please don't hurt me. TikTok, I was a joke. Please, I love you, TikTok. Don't get annoyed with me, please. All right, okay, there we go. Now, if we look at the VIX is doing, that is a beautiful candle, right? Oh my God, I almost shaking today when I was watching Trump talk about China again at his launch with Aussie Prime Minister. Oh yeah, just don't get me started, right? Just don't get me started. That's the thing, right? So we're getting a beautiful rejection of the VIX. VIX is coming into the zone that I want it to, which will show gradual growth, which is a nice thing. We look at the US 10-year treasuries. It's looking great. We just needed to break its prior low, which is the 3.902. Then I think we will see some further acceleration in this direction, right? But you had almost only love for China. China. Yeah, I'm going to get to that. That's that situation. Now, if we look at ETH, right? ETH is showing particular strength right now. Like real strength right now. This is why I'm expecting some form of potentially good move in alts. And this is what I'm going to get. That's what I'm going to get to in a second. We got in beautifully at this. I mean, I think it was at 380, 3,800. Yeah, got in at 3,800. And I believe that if we go on to the weekly, I would say in the next 2 weeks, maybe next 2 weeks, November. In it, Brev? You know what I'm saying? So I said November. Remember when I said remember the 5th of crypto pump November? You know, fireworks. You get it? In it? You know what I'm saying, Brev? Right? I think this could come down and potentially maybe come and test this trend line that we have that I drew many yonks ago, right? And if it tests that and holds that support, this thing will most probably rocket. And if it rockets there, I will say this one thing, right? And I want everyone to, the video that no one watched, obviously, because why would you watch my videos? What's the point? Like, it's not like I give everything for free and like alpha and stuff. It's not like it's my name or in it, Brev. All right. There's something very unique happening with open interest at this present moment, right? And the gap between the two. All right, the gap between the two. This isn't a definite. I want everyone to be really careful, right? Let me just get to my notes on where that is. This isn't a definite. It isn't. But if we look at this. Nope, that's not what I want to do. If we look at this, the difference between Bitcoin, ETH, and others, and open interest that we're seeing right now, is that Bitcoin open interest is 70% higher than others, right? And I want everyone to really understand what that means, right? This is why I'm expecting there to be some form of alt season, some form of rally in the alts, because it's happened 4 times before when we've had this type of a difference. When we've had this type of a gap, others has caught up with Bitcoin open interest. Now, I'm not saying it's going to happen again. There's, things can rhyme and, the other times that it's happened. But it's pointing towards that being the case, especially if you look at the key factors here as well, where you see that Ethereum is showing strength. It's showing strength, especially against Bitcoin and various other factors. This is something that we need to gain above the 5,000 level before we can even consider any type of movements in the alts, right? And that's the situation that I want everyone to understand, especially if we start seeing Bitcoin rolling over on that 61% level that we're talking about. Now, let's look at some other things, right? And I'm gonna get to the problem that I have, and this is the only thing that is worrying me at the moment. All the rest of it is, yeah. The only thing worrying me right now is total market cap. It is the singular thing that worries me, because technically, and I mean, this is the thing. God, I don't want to say, because I don't want to scare you guys in any way whatsoever. It's just something that I've seen, and I was looking through the charts the other day, and it's something that worries me a little bit. Technically, we have printed a lower low of the prior range. Technically, right? We're talking about a minuscule close. So whether it will bear its ugly head, I'm not too sure, right? I'm not too sure if it's going to rear its ugly head, but there is something there that is, we need to monitor that very, very carefully. And this is the thing, right? I'll leave you with this. In fact, I'll leave you with something this, but I want to show you the correlation between gold and Bitcoin that everyone is talking about at the moment, right? Everyone's talking about it. I'll come to this, and I'm going to explain to you two scenarios of this what happens here, and I'll leave that, and I'll have to get going, even though I want to do it short, but it looks like it's long. If we look at the gold, right? If you look at Bitcoin versus gold, this chart that everyone's talking to me about, and everyone's saying is reduced the high, lower high, and you need, like, dollar is not the right thing, and all that. This idea that dollar is not what you should be basing it to, you need to base it towards something that is stronger, and I'm not going to say anything more about that, right? I'm not going to say anything more about it, because that analogy I don't like. It's lazy, right? Especially when you're looking at an asset that is gaining strength due to uncertainty in the market. That's doesn't, whatever, right? But what I will say is this. It is important to look at it, especially when you start seeing things like gold rallying so aggressively, right? Because you have to look at this as a rotational thing rather than a currency base, because it's lazy to look at gold as a currency base, because it isn't a currency. It's not understood as being a currency. It's not the way to look at it, right? And I want everyone to understand what I'm saying. When people say that, oh, you need to do it against gold because, gold is a far more stable way of understanding, it's not the way to look at it. You have to look at the capital rotation, the liquidity rotation of between gold and Bitcoin, because there is an understanding of where we're sitting right now, where they're both trying to be similar things, right? Now, what we're seeing right now is that there is a my voice is going. I need to be talking a lot tomorrow. There is a very important zone in here. Super important, right? And I will say this. Right now, we've come in, tapped it, and we've shows like that we've found support and rallied from there. If we come back down and we find support at this key level, and in essence, 1 second. And already on Mexican, can I still join you? No, it has to be from my link, because the link is Mexi are the ones that are paying for the group entry. Now, if we come and we see this level, the 25.228, confirmed as support, then I would not be surprised if we see a rally in the market really aggressively, right? But I will say this. I will say this as well, right? This is the graph you need to be focused on a lot. This is the graph that you need to make sure that you understand and you have laser focused eye on, because currently we've broken trend. Technically, we've shown we've printed a lower low than the prior range, right? This is the range. It's a break of structure, right? Now, the one thing I want to say, but I have been talking about Fat Cat. What are you talking about? The one thing I would like to say is that this, what was I saying? My train of thought just went there. What was I talking about? I forgot what I was going to say now. What was I going to say? Anyway, so yeah, the break of trend. Where you're good. Things are with break of trend. We are technically produce a lower low. Now, this lower low, whether that is a effect of a temporary move or not, is something that we're going to have to see. The key thing to understand here, is that we need, where are we right now? This is the line here. I suspect that we will see a rally to here, right? Whether that is one last test of this and then rally up, or like, ladder up as it goes up like this. What will happen here is extremely important. I can't stress how important what happens at this level is. If we break this 4.17 trillion level, we are going to hit $200,000 Bitcoin. I'm almost certain of it if we get to that level. But what will happen here is really, really important, because if we get to this level and reject, if we reject here, I would most probably say that could be a larger correction that happens in the market. That's it. I'm going to leave you on a bittersweet note on that level. But what's really, really important is none of this matters if Donald Trump makes a peace deal with China. None of this matters. So thank you for watching the good hour and a half of this show, coming to the crescendo of Donald Trump, right? But this is what I wanted to say. I've given you all the key levels, the key factors, the key pivot points, everything that I could possibly think of, the key interesting factors, the key indicators. And I will say this as well, right? I want everyone to really, really understand this. Apart from this, all right, and I just want this to be very clear as well, because I feel like I'm sounding a bit bearish, but I'm not. I'm just giving you all the picket levels here. Apart from this break of the prior range that we say here, there is not one indicator, not one, that shows this is the top. Actually, one. There's one. I apologize. I don't want to lie to you guys. There's one, right? Only one that's showing that this could indicate a top. So I want this to be clear. I'm giving you what I'm seeing, giving you what there's possibilities. I genuinely believe that a move is coming in the next 2 weeks. I still say November. I'm saying November to December. We're going to be seeing some huge moves, and I want everyone to read. I want everyone to understand this, because this looks like a small move, right? But from here to here is a 13% move in the entire market cap of this industry that we're in. Entire. That's gonna be huge movements in these alts. I'm telling you. If that is where it rejects. If. That's what I'm saying. Are we seeing history being made? In what sense? But I'll say this. Look, and another thing. I'll leave you on the second last with cherry on top, right? I'm gonna leave the cherry on top aspect to this. Like cherry on top. If we say, it rejects here, or there's a closer level of rejection, it's hard rejection, we lose this bottom level, and this goes out. You need to ask yourself this question, right? There's two questions you need to ask yourself. One, are the coins that I'm in because I see future potential, there's growth, there's the key factors I said, wallet increases, usership increases, the amount of programmers on the chain, all that stuff. Is that a something that I'm looking for it to be growth and there's future movement in what I'm saying, or not? And the second question you're gonna have to ask yourself is, if we do pull back aggressively from here, is this industry over for good? There's no future to it. If your answer is, I believe in the future of this, and I believe that I'm in good positions and good strengths, and you're willing to have a longer time frame, you do what I'm trying to say. I can't tell you to do what you want to do. If you feel that this pump that gets up to that level and we see a rejection and you've made profit and everything looks good and you want to go, then you go in that direction. You take the profit and you run from there. Yeah? Is that good? Forget about fees, revenue, and total locked value. Total locked value can move, right? Fees and revenues are also important, but the key key three factors I said is far more important. Cool. Are we good? Is there any questions? Anything else? Did everyone enjoy this somewhat mixed signal that I gave in this live? I just wanted to tell everyone to get everything, to understand everything, to know everything, to give my full thoughts on this. Again, I just want everyone to understand that no one does this kind of stuff. Calls are calling for Q1 blow off. What do you think? Possibility. Does that mean? Possibility. Cool, thank you, boss. You're free now. I'm not free. I'm just saying. Thanks for today, Alfred. Thank you so much. No problem. Alts won't get to December 24 prices. It's very clear now. I'm glad that you give very good information every time. Thank you. Appreciate it. There's no need for thank you. I'm just trying to see if there anything that you guys need to know more about. Well, fuck it. We have to fight this year. Yes. Though, I just want everyone to understand there will be. Look. When I just said that the open interest, others are the type of industry, the coins that we're talking about, things like Fat Cat, things like meme coins, things like the smaller levels, the ones you need to understand when we're seeing a 12 to 15% move in the entire market cap, we're talking about large amounts of movement there. Thank you so much with that XRP. XRP is. When is the next important meeting? There is, look, if you're Dennis, you're in the program, I'm going to send you a website that marks every single important milestone in the US economy and where the rate cuts are, where data is, all of that stuff, all of it. And you won't need to ask me again because you'll just have it there. You can look at it anytime you want to. How do we know if we're in decent coins? All right. As I said, right? You can go to DeFi Llama, and there's a few other websites you can go to. you need to look at a few things, right? If there's an increase in their native wallet downloads, usage, increase in the usage of their wallets, their earnings, like is the chain actually earning income? And last but not least, how many programmers, how many developers are being onboarded onto that chain? If all of these factors are increasing, those are very good signs, right? And the actual value of the coin doesn't really matter to an extent, because there'll be a point where all of those things will get to a crescendo, like it did with Solana. Don't ever forget that. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Everything all good? I finally have to join. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. All right. Off the TikTok, guys. You guys are awesome. Amazing. Like, search my videos and stuff and like and share them. It's all I want. I don't want anything else. All I want for you is when you watch it all the way through, put a comment in it and go, oh my God, Alvarez, you're amazing. Oh my God, I want to show you something. And I'd be like, what do you want to show me? And then you'd be like, come on to my, what? Okay, that went weird. But you know what I mean? And then like share it, and that's it. And save it and stuff. Say it. That's all I want. Are you entertained? All right. Okay, cool. All right, good. All right, TikTok, you guys are awesome. I'm gonna head off and then I'll talk about a few things on here. All right. Okay. Bye. Love, affection, all that kind of stuff. Jazz. Did it go off? Why isn't it going off? Is that technical difficulty? Oh, okay, cool. That's that situation. All right, guys. For all you people on the tube and the X and everything else, I want to explain to all of you guys that make sure that you check out Stargate. If you're looking to stake, I've already made like, I can't say it on the TikTok, but I've made like $50 already just staking this stuff. It's amazing, right? I'm holding this stuff anyway. I have long-term bullish intentions in VeChain, and just staking it and gaining what you need to gain from it is just, it's no brainer in my mind, right? If you got to hold it, you got to hold it for a long term. That's what I'm doing on staking on that side. Another thing, right? If you guys go to my live, wait, what's happening here? That's not what I want. Why can't I see what's happening? 1 second. All right, I want to show you something. Where's my Chanel? My Chanel. Where's my Chanel? All right. Yeah. Okay. If you go to my Chanel, right? This is my live Chanel. Oh, you can hear myself. Yeah. Ouch. Right? You go here. You go down to where are we here? This, right? Pro Trading Group. Click on that. Sign up. Put $100 in. Come to the where is the Learn My Alvarez not here? Oh, I don't have Learn My Alvarez here. That's probably why people can't message me. That's very, very interesting. All right, okay, so oh dear me, Jesus. Anyway, all right, go to Learn My Alvarez group and just send me your UID number, and I'll put you into the pro group. It's free. It's literally free. You can take that money out in a second. But if you want to utilize it, I've done a deal with Mexi where literally leverage trading on that on Mexi costs you $0 on some of them. Some of the coins cost you $0 because I don't earn anything from it. Mexi is just paying for the group. $0. DJ, I know you use it, but you can open up another one. If you open up another one with another email address, do all that kind of stuff. And in fact, let me just put the Learn My Alvarez in here 1 second. I like how people are just leaving that. I don't want that. I want that. 1 second. Where are we right now? Where is the Learn My Alvarez? It's so annoying. I don't know why I don't put it there. Hence why no one is going to. Okay, fine, fair enough. Look here. I'll put it into the chat. Yeah, here we go. Put it into the chat so everyone can see it. You can pay to join, but the problem is that that pay link is not working. There we go. I tried with new, it still wouldn't let me. Why wouldn't it let you? Of course it would. It should do. That's it. Just go in there, do all these things. I put it into the chat. You see it there. I need to put it on here. I don't know why it's not here. And that's it. That's how we go. Used to be able to get into the pro group, but that link doesn't work anymore. And that's the thing that I want everyone to understand. Simple as, we're all good. I think we're all happy and everything else on that side. Okay, good. Lots of love, affection. I'm going to go and prepare my last little bits for tomorrow, and then I will catch you guys later. I'm going to be doing some really interesting streams from there. I'm going to drop a video about it tonight as well, and then we can go from there. All right, guys, affection. You got everything. I'll catch you guys later.